What up, guys? So today I have a support heavy build here. I am using pretty much every support perk I can find. I do like overwhelming power, and obviously Bonds of Brotherhood's very good. And this one's nice because you can get armor for your teammates. And I think it's kind of interesting that the heavy class has so many support perks that I think really help out your squad. Definitely this one, ability charge too, like come on. And yes, so here we have a bulwark and a assault. The bulwark is in a tough situation right now. They are at 1. They have lethal health to their mortal wound. And yes, the the assault here is also, they already have a mortal wound, but they're full health, so that's nice. So pretty much jumping into this operation, I knew right away they were, tackling on a higher difficulty of Reliquary for the first time, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to try out the support capabilities of the heavy class. And yes, this is substantial because this plasma incinerator is green, and I was really trying to find new players as well, so I knew Ruthless Reliquary is probably not where I'm going to find newer players. But yeah, regardless, I am leveling up this weapon, so I figured it was a good opportunity to jump on Substantial. And this is definitely one of those operations for Substantial where everything just goes crazy at one point. The bridge section of this operation was probably the sweatiest bridge section I've had in a long time. It was pretty insane. But that said, I have to say, the plasma incinerator, and then I also have a plasma handgun as well. I have the plasma pistol as the secondary. The plasma weapons against the disc shamans here are just terrible. They do not work well against those guys. Luckily, in that situation, they were kind of congested, they were pretty much in the stairway there, so I was able to get a nice grenade. Now here is definitely a pretty sweaty spot as well. We have a bunch of majors just spawned right in, and luckily I do have my shield up. And again, when my shield goes down, I basically give my teammates a armor segment, and you can even see there it kind of helped out the assault class because they were getting health damage, and then they were able to eat some of that damage with the armor. You can tell if they're taking armor damage. From their icon. See, the assault is basically getting a flashy icon, and that pretty much shows that they're getting damage for their armor. And yeah, there you can kind of see where the green plasma incinerator, against chaos, it's still pretty good. I want to keep showing off the squad team perks there. But the plasma incinerator is good. I know it's a good weapon. But yeah, if I went into Ruthless with a green plasma incinerator, I'm not too sure I would be able to complete Reliquary. I probably would. I think I've done something similar before. But that said, the disc shamans, man, they are a pain with the plasma weapons. And yeah, this is the fire segment. Everything goes pretty poorly from here. I have 2 teammates now in mortal wound. I go over here. I do have Bonds of Brotherhood, so that's another support situation where the heavy class was a perfect class to run in this specific situation, because yeah, these 2 players, one of them's under leveled for Substantial, I believe, or maybe on level. I'm pretty they say level 10 for Substantial, right? But we all know Reliquary is probably like a level 15. It's probably like a level 15 operation. But yes, as you see there, the bulwark is on their way to respawn. Luckily on Substantial, the respawn timer isn't too bad. And here's just some big stomps. I like that. Because, yeah, also, by the way, the bridge section is really tough on plasma weapons because plasma weapons do not, they basically chew through ammo. So I do know there is a moment in the, oh man, I'm getting absolutely destroyed by that disc shaman right there. Did you see he kind of went off? He kind of went off screen and then hit me with an unblockable? That was kind of crazy. But yeah, that said, I should have parried that one at least. It's pretty crazy. I was in a tough situation here. I only had so much plasma ammo, and I was trying to get some parries, but I was also not really able to get myself in a good position for one, unless I spammed it. But even then, I was kind of worried. it was tough. It was tough. The disc shamans are just, yeah, there we go. There's a big parry. The disc shamans are just a hard matchup for plasma weapons, man. It is a pain. And yes, the assault goes down as well. So luckily I was able to survive most of this operation to keep these, to keep these newer Reliquary players in the game. At least I think they were newer. I'm not too sure. There wasn't anything that really stuck out to me. Besides they're having a tough time surviving here, which is also convenient that I am a support heavy build, basically. Big parry there. And yeah, I still have no ammo. I have no ammo here. I have nothing. Like, this is where Substantial was really getting to me, because I was like, oh my god, dude, luckily there's an ammo box right there. And like, I knew I kind of had to be in a position to get my teammates to the other side. Like, I definitely had to do my best to keep my teammates in this fight, and it was kind of hard to do, considering that I only have so much ammo to defend myself with on the bridge. Yeah, this was definitely a tough situation to be in, as you can see with the fire from the Hell Drake, basically engulfing the bridge there. But that ammo box really did come in handy, because I was able to take out some majors here. And the bulwark goes down right there. And here's another opportunity for Bonds of Brotherhood to heal. Unfortunately, this bulwark is not high enough level for Invigorating Icon, but still, it's fine. And yes, that is the assault going down as well. So another opportunity for the support heavy to make a big play. That was a nice parry right there. I almost went for the stomp, but that would have definitely hurt. And I think there was there's a fire, definitely a fire wave coming down. And that major just comes out of nowhere just to hit me. And I really couldn't see what the Minorous attack pattern there was, because I was getting hit with the pyro in there. It was also kind of dark in there, so it was rough. That was definitely a bad situation to just like get my health chipped down. Like, that was terrible. So yeah, at this moment I'm like, oh my god, dude, if I die, I'm not too sure my teammates are going to be able to survive. They both have mortal wounds. And this is Substantial, by the way. The one thing that does kind of balance it is the fact that I am using a green weapon that I'm not very good with, but I'm good with the heavy class, so I know the kit. And look at that spawn, dude! Like, this was insane. This was such a tough moment to make it out of. But yeah, once I saw my teammates were focusing that major, I knew I was able to get here. Now, if a Hellbrute spawns here, yeah, it's a tough situation. But there was a stim. I was able to get the stim. I was able to go into the ammo box to get my ammo back, which is nice. So from here, I pretty much just wanted to fight around the ammo box, because that's likely the best spot to be in for a heavy, is just by the ammo box. And this was like one of the first times Substantial really started to surprise me with what they were throwing at us, because it was non-stop spawns on this bridge, dude. Like, I really don't hold it against my teammates for basically going down a lot, because this part was just so sweaty. There were so many mobs. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, one of the worst things that could have happened was this. This is a Hellbrute spawn, but luckily I realized, hey, I am around an ammo box, so I should be fine. Making sure I pop the shield there, which does help my teammates out. When it goes down, it gives everyone an armor segment. And not to mention, I think with the shield up, I am increasing the damage of my teammates also, something like that. So there's just a lot of support capabilities with the Iron Shield. Dude, honestly, I really like the Heavy. I still just genuinely enjoy, finding things to mix up with some of these classes. And like a support build Heavy is kind of like one of the coolest archetypes, I think. Like a tank that can also heal was something that I enjoyed in pretty much every game that I can do it in. But I think, honestly, I think Space Marine 2 basically does it the best, because of Bonds of Brotherhood just feels very good to pull off. Like, hey, my teammate's down, let me pick him up, and then boom. Oh yeah, also look at that armor boost. Very, very convenient there. My teammates didn't pick that up, so that is a moment where it's like, I'm not too sure my teammates knew to pick up the items I was pointing at. So they're roughly new players for Reliquary. Now this is a green plasma incinerator. This is definitely where it shined. against this Hellbrute, where I was able to just charge up attacks and get a bunch of damage. The Hellbrute is still kind of like a weird parry for me. I know I could have parried that, but it's like there's a risk-reward situation with the parry for the Hellbrute, where it's like if you parry him, nothing really happens. So, I don't know. It just goes through my mind a little bit, and it makes me hesitate, even though I should have just parried the Hellbrute. It's wild. It's wild. It's really not uncommon to have misplays in operations. Sometimes, you know, it just happens. You know, mistakes happen. That's why it's important to have a stim or a, you know, some sort of support perk that can get you guys over those humps. It can get you out of those bad situations, and it really just helps out the team to just have any sort of, you know, team healing, team damage, team armor. All that stuff goes really far. Because, yeah, this bridge run was insane. I think both of my teammates died and respawned multiple times on this bridge run, and that was after getting a res from Bonds of Brotherhood. So, oh yeah, look at that Terminator dodge, by the way. He came out of nowhere. He came through the peripherals, and I noticed the dodge. And at this point during this bridge run, I was pretty locked in, so... And also, I heard the Extrema spawn anyway, because they have the sound cue, so that always helps, you know, narrow your focus on what to expect. But yeah, that was a sweaty bridge. That was a substantial bridge that I have teammates who are on level 2, but like, yeah, substantial. Sometimes it just does it. That was like my first substantial run that I was like, oh wow, this feels pretty tough. But that could also just be Reliquary. But I did substantial Reliquary before with Sniper, and it was definitely not that bad. But I kind of forget what I was using. I think I might have been using a purple bolt Sniper, so I've likely had a better weapon. And maybe that's where the substantial reputation comes in, is when people are leveling weapons for it, they're surprised how hard substantial can punch. And it's like, you don't have a fully leveled up weapon. Now here I'm picking up stims, because my teammates have mortal wounds, and I knew at the very least if I have stims, I was going to be able to survive their respawn timer, since I've already done it like multiple times. So I just figured, hey, if I stay alive, we have a better shot at completing this operation. And now here's really where disc shamans start to become a pain. It's when they have this sort of range on me with the plasma weapons. It's like you have to try to basically lead them in, and the plasma weapons are very like slow. So basically, and the disc shamans can just go up and down. It's just like terrible. It's such a terrible matchup. Now here's a long range plasma incinerator where I'm hitting some of these shots. The damage that we have for the Helldrake is okay. I definitely would have liked more damage for sure. But, you know, it is what it is. I didn't want to jump into this operation with a super OP weapon. I want to level up this weapon and learn more about the heavy plasma incinerator. Now, there's some good damage. This plasma incinerator with the Neo-Volkite pistol. The Neo-Volkite pistol is excellent against Terminus enemies, and that was just a nice chunk of health. Now, unfortunately, this boss fight takes a turn for the worse here, because... okay, so right now I have 2 crack grenades, by the way. I really should just throw one of them right now at this disc shaman and take it out. But I was very stubborn, and I really wanted to basically just play better against the disc shamans with the heavy plasma incinerator. And that was a really good gun strike. That was actually a good fight right there. And I landed some good heavy plasma shots. So... I don't know. You can definitely hit the disc shamans with the plasma, but it like kind of has to be like a perfect move for you to kind of punish. Now, boom, that's a teammate going down, but I believe they have a Guardian Relic, so they were able to jump back. I still have these 2 crack grenades, and I'm starting to notice the pressure of these majors are like kind of making me uncomfortable. That's annoying that the fire was able to blast through the shield there. And, dude, honestly, right there, I'm super confused. He was able to just teleport right in front of me and do that fire move, and I had, like, no real option, to be honest. Just the fact that I was aiming in made the heavy not fast enough to dodge that. That's just, like, super crazy. Now, of course, he teleported right in front of me. Maybe I should have not have aimed, but it was literally a half a second for me to make a decision like that. So the heavy just got hard punished by that the pyro move, and that kind of just put my alert up. The pyro wave is such a pain to deal with. So I was like, you know what? Let me just throw that crack grenade. Let me just get that major out of the way, and then I can deal with the disc shaman. Now here I'm just trying to get some shots in to get rid of the Helldrake, but then he's just eating shots, so there was nothing to do there. Luckily, the plasma pistol is pretty good, so, you know, I wasn't really that worried about using it against just the disc shaman, but then another major pops up here. I do pop the iron halo here, which helps my overall damage, I believe, but I'm not too sure if I switch that out with the support perk or not. But also it helps that Heavy has a perk that you can get 20% extra health. Definitely don't sleep on that perk. Sometimes just being a little extra tanky goes a long way. Because here I have half health, but it's not like, it's more like, I don't know, it's not everyone else's half health, basically. I basically have I still have a nice amount of health here. So now I'm just goofing off with the major there, because I knew we had it, so I was just doing some goofy stuff. But yeah, that was substantial. That was a substantial Reliquary run to help some newer players get through one of the hardest operations in the game with a pure support heavy build. Green plasma incinerator, it is what it is. Definitely going to still level up that weapon. It's fun to use. It's fun to use, but I might go to the bolt pistol or something. Now, some good damage there. Damage taken. Look at that damage taken, dude. Holy cow, the bulwark took 800 damage. Teammates revived 5. Very, very nice. I think I went down once, but I was able to heal the mortal wound like instantly. I forget when that happened. But yeah, that was a good run. That was a good run.